All right, all right. Welcome back to Everybody Has a Mic, episode 14. It's your boy Stevie B, Mr. S. B. Also, Mr. S. B. Via Instagram. Also, LXB Galleries and your boy, The Mighty Show. I'm happy to be back. I'm gonna send it over to JT.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy JT Malone, aka ECL, East Coast Legend. I can rip your whole head off. Show yourself when you're dying. What's good, money?
What's going on, everybody? My name is Mo. DJ Motivate You on TikTok and Motivate You One on Instagram. Happy to be with my brothers. I DJ a little bit and I do a little bit of fitness. You know the deal. I'm here to rock. Let's go, guys. What we got today?
All right, all right. I'm gonna set it off today. I saw something more recently about that gentleman. I think his name is Luigi Mangione. I believe the dude that killed my man in the CEO in the streets, and they said something about legislation is trying to pass an act named after him, holding the insurance companies accountable for the amount of claims that they have, and the claims, like basically doing like audits on claims for people that are in like pain or anything like that. And there's a slight possibility that they're going to try to get that act, up and running, so that way they can hold, the insurance companies liable for their actions going forward. And the young gentleman I also heard was up for possible death penalty or death sentence, I should say. So I'm intrigued to find out, with that small piece of information, do you think if he is put up to that sentence, he did what he was supposed to do by having the insurance companies being looked at and investigated for their actions going forward? So did he sacrifice himself for the masses in that sense? Let me know, Justin.
So I personally believe he's about to be a lost cause, because at the end of the day, the insurance companies is too powerful. Who is going to really, like, what are they going to do? They're going to like audit them and see if they were fair and just in the policies they were paying out, or the denials.
Yeah,
That's what's going to happen. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's too many sick people in this country. The healthcare system is not set up to basically cure anybody. They want you sick, and they're going to be able to use your diet and your exercise against you if they do have to get held liable, because they're going to look at your habits and they're going to start calling out, like I said, the way you eat and the way you move your body. So if you're not a healthy person, and let's say you have type 2 diabetes, which is, in all, realness, is a preventable disease, goes with your diet and exercise. Now, I'm not saying it's hard to prevent, but what I'm saying is, you have type 2 diabetes, and let's say you need some type of transplant. It's already harder to get on the list if you have diabetes, to get the transplant in the first place. So now they can turn it in. They're going to switch it up and be like, oh, well, you wasn't healthy in the first place, so I don't know why you thought you was going to get the coverage. You know what I mean? It's already expensive based off of pre-existing conditions. Your insurance goes up already, and they denied people off of pre-existing conditions all the time. They're just gonna open the door. If you can hold them liable, they're gonna say, see, look, why would I pay $1.2 million to give this person treatment, and since age 35 this person has gotten fatter, gotten more unhealthy, they're not even trying to present their disease, so why am I going to waste this money on this person? That's how I see things going. I don't see it's going to turn out for the better of the people. It's going to turn into them. They're going to be more brutal on the people. and they're going to say these are the factors we're using. And when people see the factors that they're using, people are going to be shocked because they're going to say, I'm not cattle. I'm not just a number. You are just a number. It's called your social security number.
Mhm.
That's all that matters. They don't ask you your name 90% of the time when you go to doctor's appointments, you go to the bank for a loan. All they care about is your social security number. It don't matter. You can put any name. All you need is a valid social security number. You can get it popping with almost anything. So I don't think they're going to protect the people. I think it's may end up doing more harm to the people if they start putting these regulations on these insurance companies, because not for nothing, no one with that much power is just going to yield it overnight because the government told them to.
Mm-hmm.
Honey, what you got?
All right. What was the exact question? What was the exact question?
All right.
The
The dude Luigi.
yes.
Yeah, and how there's a possibility that in California they're gonna pass an act named after him, holding insurance companies liable for claims that are put in, and things like that. So like I asked was and he's possibility of being put up for the death penalty, right? So I asked, was his sacrifice worth the outcome? Because if he gets this act named after him and they do hold these insurance companies liable, what he did, was it just in his eyes, or would it have been just in yours possibly?
Got it. I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
All right. So I agree with JT on this one. The insurance companies are just too powerful, man. They're too powerful. And I think he was the first strike of the revolt of America and the people, but it's going to have to be a lot more people.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot more people. They're going to have to do what they do.
Mm-hmm.
They'll have to scope them out. You know, America love them guns. We gotta use them. We gotta use them for just hackers. Hackers should be getting in there, messing up insurance companies, books, money. They should be changing people's taxes. They should be changing. Hackers should be doing some good and justice. They should be going in there, changing people's credit up, making people, wiping people's credit and making people, man, they should, hackers and all these people, man, people who got this money that just want to crash out, let them crash out, man. There's got to be more than just one. Got to get off out of here. I mean, we need a couple of Luigis.
Yeah,
we need
but
a whole team of snipers.
Yeah.
Then they're gonna be like, yo, America's not playing. These people ain't playing with us no more, man.
So I conversing about this story, I had a conversation with Dollar, right? So I had a conversation with Dollar, and he's like, yo, what do you think? Like, or at least if he said they shouldn't name it after the dude, they should name it after the dude that he killed or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, but that's, counteractive to the point. He was like, yeah, but if you allow this one person to step off and do what they did, what's going to stop everybody else from stepping off and doing what they do? You know what I'm saying? He's like, it's going to start a bunch of, people taking cats out and trying to, he said, what murderer has had a name, like a law named after them? And he gave that breakdown. Like, why are we even talking about this? And I kind of understood where he was coming from. And I also understood why they would do it, right? Because obviously, not unfortunately, but I watched a Law and Order episode, right? About the same thing for the most part. Like, they literally ripped it from reality and put it in Law and Order. I never watched Law and Order. I'm not a Law and Order. I'm not that dude. But apparently, what ends up happening in those types of episodes, this lets you know that I don't watch that show that often, is it comes to an abrupt end. So you don't know how, and I'm like, what did I just waste? Couldn't believe it. But anyway.
Like
it was like dum 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 dum, and it'd be like, yo, what happened at the end? And you know what? With that being said, the judge was like a liberal dude, so he was kind of like leaning more towards this kid, and then obviously they're gonna play up on the jury and stuff because the people felt what he did was air quotes right, but I mean, I don't know what it's going to bring or how it's going to bring it. All I know is that at the end of the day, he made this sacrifice, and it looks like possibly it could be for nothing, but it's interesting to see that there's a possibility that it'll be for something.
Well,
But
what's so interesting to me about it is that storylines, media, right?
Mm.
He's looked at as a hero,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
So
he
he's
is.
looked at as a hero, and if Luigi was Luigi was another color, man.
If his name was Leroy,
Oh yeah, if it was Leroy with the glow, if it was
what
Leroy
an
with the glow,
animal! What an animal! This
oh
isn't how
man,
we solve our problems in America.
yeah, it's so
That's kind of
true.
didn't even think about it from that perspective.
Yeah,
No, that's real deal. You're right.
he sold the candy bar when he was 12 years old. They should have locked him up then.
Yeah, and then it would have been a real out murder.
Yeah.
Like for real, they would have unalived. Sorry, y'all, unalived. That person, and they're like, well, he did this, he did this. Well, he did this. It's just funny how media dictates and wants to
doing all the research and showing how smart he is and what he's accomplished. And it's kind of interesting. Interesting perspective. Yeah, kind of different breakdown. I like that.
It's just media. It's hilarious when they do that. It's hilarious,
Yeah.
It's like, George Floyd was on this, he was on that. He was on this, he was on that. Yeah. I literally saw Florida police. So maybe a day ago, Florida police run up on some kids on the bikes, the bike thugs. The bike thugs. Oh. And they weren't black, y'all. They weren't black when I say thugs. They had the bike thugs on there. Y'all Caucasian persuasion was up there, bike thugs. Man, those cops, one of those cops ran one of them down in the SUV, hit the bike. Kid went flying off the bike real time.
What?
Yo, I'ma send it. When the kid went flying off the bike, dude got out the car, was rushing him, jumped on him. He's like, stop. I went right to the comments.
Should have complied.
I went to the comments because listen, I wanted to see what the vanilla zaddies were gonna say, because it's different when they kids getting put the knee on and getting pressed.
I've been telling people, you sat back and y'all done watched my people get their head beat in for years on TV, and you didn't think that eventually they would turn on you? What's wrong with y'all? Like, I don't know.
So, man, I'm just saying everything's perspective and media spin off and spin around. So it's so interesting. It is so interesting to hear about this dude in this way, and the way he's pedestalized and glorified, and ladies are loving Zaddy. They're like, oh, the Zaddy, especially JT, your sisters, chocolate sisters. They're like, oh, Zaddy, Luigi, oh, Zaddy.
Oh man, yo.
I'm like,
that's how it be, bro.
Put it in my phone. Interesting.
They like that type of stuff, man. They like that stuff. Yeah, I think I sent y'all something the other day on in the group chat about the lady giving a breakdown about how she doesn't like good men, or women don't like good men. They look for the bad boys, and it's kind of, that's a conversation for another day. All right, who wants to go next?
I mean, we know that.
You know what? I'm about to break the internet right now with mine. I was thinking about not doing it, but I gotta ask because I gotta see the reaction.
Same thing I'm gonna say.
Yo, I want to know, in this history of America, I think we almost 250 years as a country.
Yeah.
Is Donald Trump the greatest American president?
Yo, Steve's face is wild.
Steve, go. Is he? Yeah,
my God.
yeah. Start it up. I want to know.
Oh man. That I mean, that's interesting, Justin. That's a great question. I'm gonna say, I don't know. I'm gonna probably have to say, nah, man. But then again, the question is, you got to look back at each one of these presidents and the hidden agendas. Now, if you know what the agendas was for each one of these presidents, you know that they might have spoke really highly about one thing, but on the other hand, they was doing something else. And every president was in some kind of war. You know what I'm saying? It's like the presidency is tainted by so many different ways, man. If you go back to them first cats, they owned people. Like, it's all types of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard if there's somebody out there that feels like he's the best for whatever reasons, and they say, he stands up for our people. He's so patriotic. And that's how they feel. Fine. I'm not necessarily a fan of the president anyway. You know what I'm saying? I don't like how, the president prior to this president was like, if you're not black, you're not. It was like, come on, man. Come on,
black
man.
if you don't vote for me.
You don't vote for me. You're not black. It's like, dog, are you kidding me? Like, get out of here. That and as many like black people as he put away in jail. Then you had Kamala and what was happening now in LA and how many cats got put away for that. You know what I'm saying? It's so much dirt that was underlined with a lot of presidents. So if you want to give him the nod for being number one, I guess, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? I'm not here to argue with you, dog. If that's what you want, go for it, dog. I ain't got it in me, man.
I just asked a question.
I had to pause that one. I'm not gonna say he's the best because I don't think any of them are great. You know what I'm saying, in their own right. And it's always they change things for a certain demographic of people. Point blank, period. You know what I'm saying? So you put a Democrat up in there, he helping them Democrats. The Republicans is like, this asshole, he's garbage. And if you flip that joint and the Republicans is making all that bread and the Democrats is like, we're starving out here. You know what I'm saying? It's a double-edged sword. So people are going to feel a certain way about some presidents. They're going to feel others about, other way about others. We had actors. We had two actors now that are, because I look at Trump, yeah, he's a businessman, but what got him really popular? What fed him, deep into American soil? You're fired. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what made him. And people who've seen him for those years and they liked him. And then, oh, yeah, he has so much power. He talks to these celebrities like they're garbage. And it's like, yo, it's all on TV, guys. Dennis Rodman is still Dennis Rodman. You know what I mean? Like, all right, I'm done. All right, go ahead, Mo.
All right. Nah, hell nah, he ain't the greatest president. He's maybe the funniest one. I think he may be the funniest one though.
Yeah, he says
no, comedy. He's a walking SNL skit.
But it's like, how is he getting away with saying this shit? Why is he so paid?
At this point, who's gonna check him?
Because he's white delusional zaddy.
Old white dude. That's America's favorite.
America's favorite is an old white man in a suit, especially if they think they're rich. America loves them. Ask the women; they love them.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
They love them. They love it. That's what America is. People can get mad at me all they want, but that's the truth. You're proving it. You prove it every day. I see how people act, not even with him. I know plenty of extremely wealthy Caucasian men, older. And the way people act towards them, it's unbelievable. Me, I talk to them just like we talking to you. I'm talking to y'all.
Yeah, you got to.
Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Man, it don't bother me. Cool. But the way people are acting around them, I'm like, y'all don't stop this mess.
It's crazy. I know what you're talking about.
You get what I'm saying, right? Like,
I know. I work in corporate America. I know
exactly. People be bending all over, twerking out, no pause. Yeah, Grown men too. Way they
No
at for
pause.
daddy. No pause.
No
Twerking.
pause.
Spreading them for zaddy.
Oh
I'm
Lord.
like, yo, what are you doing? Yeah, no pause.
All right.
That's what they do. No, for real, man. So at the end of the day, that's what they doing for Big Gun Daddy. So what y'all want? What y'all want? So I mean, I think people like his delusion too. That man had a spreadsheet yesterday. He had a damn chart.
Mm.
He had a damn chart talking about his tariffs.
Mm.
You know that man can't barely read. He don't read no prompter.
I mean,
He's funny, man. He's funny. He's the funniest president of all time.
Sigma 6? Was it Sigma 6? The dudes in New York?
No, the Central Park 5.
Central Park 5 or something like that. Yeah. He was a headliner with that joint.
He wrote he put a whole page in the Post.
New York Post.
Or was it New York Times?
Yeah, New York Times. New York Times front page. This is our leader. Come on.
Mm-hmm. He said he still believes they did it.
Of course he does. Why would he not? You know what I'm saying? Like, why would he not believe it?
For 15 years, he's still talking about, I think they did it.
Of course he does.
So my take on it is it depends on who you are and what you think will tell you if this man is the greatest president or not. So I don't necessarily, like Steve said, I don't think none of them is any good, to be perfectly honest. But I think what's going to happen here is that this second term and the way he lost again, that's only happened one other time. I think the dude, I can't remember if it was Taft or Garfield, one other president, won the presidency, lost, and then won again. So this is only the second time in U.S. history that's ever happened. I don't think they consider the first guy it happened to be so great, but it shows you the state of the country we live in, that, you know, people are very fickle and wishy-washy, because he should have won. He should have beat Biden the first time, or, you know, he should have beat Biden in 2020 is where I'm going. But because the country is so fickle, and they were like, oh, we can't have this racist run our country. We can't have, you know, whatever they were saying about him. He handled COVID so poorly. We have to get a Democrat in there. And they put a Democrat in there, and I don't think shit changed, to be perfectly honest. Everything was the same. Nothing was cheaper. Nothing was, you know what I'm saying? Everything stayed the same.
I agree with you there. The difference is this, what everybody keeps missing, and I keep telling, if you're Democrat and Republican, it's not about being a left, because Republicans love to always send videos and stuff. The left do this, the left. I'm like, guys, y'all know this has nothing to do with left or right. This has to do with that man. You chose that man for your Republican Party. That man said, y'all Republicans are idiots. I'm going to go over there and go to the Republican Party and win. They're dumb. They'll let me in. I never forget that 60-minute interview. I never forget it. He said it to their face. He said, I can unalive a man dead in the street. Nobody will care.
No, yeah, nobody will convict me. Not a person in America will testify against me.
That was the same interview where he's told Republicans he's not a Republican.
He said what? He said that?
Yes, but you see, this is the thing. He is not a Republican. He's his own. He wants to be his own thing.
Yeah.
See, I don't think people are getting that. Republicans didn't pick a Republican to be in there.
Wasn't he talking from like king, like being king? Like, was he talking that energy?
He's still talking the third team.
Like he just wants to be, yeah.
Yeah, he's still pushing the third term. We talked about that already. But that's my point about people put him in this position. and the Americans being fickle. Like if people start feeling, let's say it's 2 years from now, because he only been in office, which is crazy, 3 months at this point. It's only been 3 months.
He
He's
shook
been
shit
back
up.
in office. This dude did, yeah, he didn't cause the whole earthquake,
Yeah.
tsunami, volcano, mega Sharknado type of disasters.
And we just getting started, baby.
Yeah, we just get started. If 2 years from now, I'm gonna tell you how fickle Americans are. If 2 years from now, he just did the 10% tariffs, and let's say everything starts going up in price, all right, which it already is. But everything starts going up in price, but now you start making more money, and there starts being more American jobs for natural born American people. And I'm not saying this is going to happen. I'm giving a scenario, people. Please don't freaking come at me in the comments. All I'm saying is if everybody starts eating and everybody starts having a job, AOC will sit there and say, as much as I don't like the man, Americans are living better. They'll come out and say it. The Democrats, all of them fall in line. If people start getting money, if that bread starts falling into people's pockets, everybody's just going to fall in line. And we know it, because think about the first time he gave the stimmies and everybody was on, oh, he's such a good president because he gave us a stimulus. It was your money in the first place, bro.
Yeah.
That's your tax dollars.
But
they were supposed to give you that. They didn't need to take all that money from you in the first place. He didn't give you nothing except your money back.
Damn the COVID, though. I mean, before COVID, I mean, people were moving and shaking. Dude, I was on planes left and right. I was on planes. I was in Africa. I mean, I was in Africa, then and freaking San Diego Comic-Con. Steve, I see you with the hat.
Yeah, you already know. Ooh,
yeah, you see? I mean, then I'm in Hawaii. You know what I mean? I mean, moving. A random sickness, disease comes out, killing everybody. People shut down. Some people didn't work. Some people still haven't worked. A lot of different divisions and jobs and certain criteria still not there. People aren't making the same money they were making before. All this different stuff from a crisis of a pandemic. I don't even know. Like, if we didn't have the pandemic, would he still have been president?
I don't know.
I don't know. Possibly.
Possibly.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Like if we wipe out the pandemic and it never happened.
But I mean, the thing about that is,
I mean,
supposedly he's in what Putin, the dude Putin pocket, right? Like supposedly they like good friends. You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
I think it's bigger than friendships. These dudes probably got plans together. You heard it here first, people.
Well,
I mean, but they always rock with each other. It was crazy. Go ahead, Mo.
But think about this, Steve. Think about this, JC. Look, before the pandemic, houses they could barely sell a house.
Very true.
Homes were in trash mode, y'all.
Very true.
Telling you.
Pandemic happened and everybody wanted a house.
They were begging people to have houses. Houses were low. Now the same houses in Connecticut or even if they're $1 million or go up to 2-3 million. The New York people coming up desperate for houses. Dude, housing was low. You can get houses like nothing. Banks were giving out loans, no problem.
I mean, now so back to the question at hand is do you think that he was the best president that we've had?
I think a pandemic hit and we don't. No, hell no. He still wasn't the best president. No, he still wasn't the best president ever. My point is nobody would have really cared because they were moving.
Yeah, things was moving. Things were moving.
People were flying here and going there. We didn't have time to be thinking about. We didn't think about anything. Matter of fact, I'm going to say this: if that George Floyd thing would have happened without the pandemic, we wouldn't have probably known of it.
Swept under the rug, 100%.
That's my point. The fact that everybody was sitting down, what they do, what was the best thing about the pandemic? What people did, they moved the Jordan documentary, because it wasn't a Bulls documentary, it was a Jordan documentary, to ahead earlier in ESPN.
That shit was fire.
He beelined it to come up earlier.
That shit was fire.
Right.
That was the best part about the pandemic. I'm not gonna lie.
See what I'm saying?
That was the best part.
He fouled
Russell. That and versus.
Versus was fire too.
Yeah, versus was dope.
See what I mean? Besides that,
what else was Russell though? He fouled Russell.
He did not. All right. Let's Money. What's your topic? I ain't going into this Russell shit. Anybody who want Utah to win, come on, stop it.
You saw it though.
No, I didn't. I seen somebody couldn't D up and they got their ass.
I'm not doing it.
Not doing this. What is this?
Oh, you see what I got, right?
What is this?
Yeah. Coming forward today.
What is this?
We got a new segment going on.
Anthony Edwards asking the judge if he could pay the 18 years of child support up front is honestly not a shocker to me. This is the same man who responded to "Do you hate me?" with a he's, with a typo. This man was typing so quick that he ended up saying he's instead of yes. This is also the same man who tried to encourage her and tell her, hey, I think you might want to get rid of it because I'm not about to be a father to this child. I'm honestly not shocked. I don't even believe that he doesn't want to be a father, but I feel like he doesn't want to be a father to a kid coming from this woman. That's just my hot take. Sometimes people turn you off so bad that you don't want nothing to do with them. Y'all must have forgot what J. Cole said. She's the one who decides if we have a baby. I got no say. A man doesn't have the right to say if he wants a kid or not. The only way he could be let off the hook is if he just pays what he needs to pay. I just feel like if a man is telling you that he doesn't want you to have his kid and you want to still have that child, just be prepared to have that conversation with that child when that child becomes of age. Just be ready for those questions. Mommy, why doesn't daddy want me? Because no matter what, a child is always going to want to know where they came from. So just be prepared to tell them, hey, you came from so-and-so, but he didn't want you. He didn't want us.
Hold on.
There's more?
Y'all get it? Y'all get it?
Yeah.
Y'all got that in full?
Yeah.
All right. Did I get the first of all, I gave y'all really the wrong one. But I gave y'all the wrong one. But that was the context.
They say Anthony Edwards wants to pay 18 years of child support up front. And I see some folks on the internet upset. If this is even true, why is this a problem exactly? She was in it for a cash grab. He's trying to give her money up front. He want to pay the 18 years in advance. Y'all be on here screaming, my body, my choice, his money, his choice. He already gave up his rights to the kid. He said he don't want no visitation. When she initially got pregnant, he gave her money and plus some so she'd get the abortion. She chose to ignore it. Instead, she secretly moved to California in order to try to get more money when the kid was born off child support, and that backfired. They said, nah, you finna get your child support from Georgia. It's one thing when a man convinced you that you want the kid and then turn into a deadbeat. It's another thing when you're trying to do a cash grab and bruh been letting you know he not finna take care of that kid, he don't want the kid, etc., and you still go forward with it. So all this nonsense, oh my God, he's a horrible person for trying to pay the 18 years up front. He told y'all he was about to act like this. He told y'all. I'm not understanding why everyone's surprised. It's not like he's lying to us. He told us.
Now, let's get back to this. I want to give context before we started this. So, my body, my choice. My wallet, my choice. So 37 to 38-year-old Aisha, whatever her name is, little baby's mama.
Damn, they be recycling these women.
That's weird. I didn't know that was his baby's mama. Keep going.
God,
I want to give context.
I don't like that. That's nasty. Go on. 38-year-old
Aisha something. And 22, 23-year-old Anthony Edwards have intercourse. She says she's pregnant, and he says, well, he didn't want to have no baby with her. They agree on termination. He gives her $100,000 to, whatever they do whatever she has to do. She agrees. B lies, takes the money, runs over to California, has the baby. So, because in California you can get more money.
Yes.
Right.
Certain states.
Yes. The judge says no. Take your butt back to Atlanta. And so in Atlanta, the court says, well, you're gonna have to pay this amount. He's like, how much is it? He gave up visitation, everything. He doesn't want to have anything to do with her, the child, because he said they already made a decision that they weren't gonna have this, and that was it. So he wants to pay the 1.2 or 1.6, $1.8 million right now and be done with it. And I guess the courts are allowing him to do that. And people are up in arms because now she can't file for extension or anything like that. And a lot of people that get this money, that money very quick, blow it fast, and they're gonna be broke. 18 years managing that, she ain't gonna do. So pretty much, my question is, fellas, how do you feel about, beyond this situation, I'm going to say in general, with the man not wanting the baby and either the woman lying or disagreeing, is it okay for the lady to have the baby without this man's consent? And is it okay or not to then say, this is my money, this is what I'm going to decide to do? Steve, go for it.
All right, yeah. That's just so tough, right? Like, because it's literally, that's a fine line, because for starters, Anthony Edwards had, if I'm not mistaken, from what I've heard, now I could be wrong, but this isn't the first time something like this has happened to Anthony Edwards, right?
Mm.
So he's gone through these trials and tribulations. My guy, wrap up, bro.
Vasectomies in high school, like I said a couple of episodes ago, y'all said I was wilding. Go, keep going, Steve. Sorry.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, wrap up, bro. Do something different. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that's $100,000 to you, like 1 point whatever it is. You are the possible face of the league for basketball. Your athletic ability has gotten you so much endorsements, so much this, so much that. So you gave that money away because it was nothing to you. That was a game check. You know what I'm saying? If that. So
probably not a game check.
Yeah. So, that being said, you're not gonna necessarily look good in the eyes of a bunch of women that have children with deadbeat dads, right?
Of course.
But, oh God.
He's not deadbeat dad, though.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that's not what you're not going to look like that in the eyes of a bunch of women with deadbeat dads, right?
Got it.
Because
sorry.
they're gonna look at you. Yeah, you're crazy for that. They're gonna look at you like, you know what I'm saying, you are the bad guy, and that's fine, because this is this young lady's decision, right? It's her decision to decide, after you told her no, that she still wanted to have this baby, because the ultimate outcome, it seems from an outsider looking in, is that yes, she wants to have another child, but she also wants to have that money, right? So you gave it to her. Now you're able to just wipe your hands and never see her again, never see this child, right? So the people that are like, you're a dad now, you should be, he told them from the jump that that wasn't what he wanted. And he told her from the jump that that wasn't what he wanted. And she did it anyway. So he's okay. You know what I mean? Like, I don't condone, not being a dad because I am a dad, right? But if I wasn't ready to become one and I was forced to become one, although I said I didn't want it, I'd be, livid knowing that I now have to take care of this child that, hey, I may eventually learn to love or, and all this other stuff, but I didn't want this action. I didn't want that to happen. So it's tough. It's a serious toss up as far as, that decision about when women are pregnant and dudes are like, hey, I want the baby. And they're like, so what? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You
You can't
like,
turn
so
around and
what?
sue her for 1.2, which you
Like,
should be able to if you
like-
wanted it.
There
like
we
the
go.
young lady said in the video with J. Cole, you know what I'm saying? It's like I can't say anything about that. I mean, I can't say anything about that. I've been in a scenario. I hate to like put my life in the world, but been in a scenario where, I was like, hey, if this is what's gonna happen, I can't say anything about that. I don't ask me about how I feel about this because it truthfully at the core of it all has nothing to do with me. This is a you action. You know what I'm saying? And ladies just have that power, and now if that power was taken away from her because they just paid her out, and he's like, all right, cool. So the baby is going to be taken care of, and they're going to try and drag him, but I don't know if he should be dragged. Go ahead, JT.
So I'm with you. I mean, I think it's weird that we basically in our society, basically tell a man, well, by doing the act, that's your consent to having a child. But like you just said, a woman can do the act, a man could want the child, and they could just go and hey, I seen one. I wanted to be a doctor. I did some intern stuff. I did some rounds in a Planned Parenthood. That's exactly how it sounds. I almost passed out. I seen it in real time. So I know. And they go through the pan and they make sure all the parts is out. If it's not out, back in there.
God.
Yeah, it's real deal. It's real deal. Like it's certainly I've been around. I've seen a lot in my life, and that is definitely something I can say I seen it real deal, real time happen. Point is, you can't tell me that it's the society. You can't tell me your consent happens when you bust off, and a woman gets to decide, gets what, 89 days to decide if she want to take your child or not. I mean, I'm pretty sure, like Steve said, there are probably thousands of men out here who had a woman who they thought they were in love with, and the woman went and just aborted the child. And the man had nothing after that and probably left him and went with somebody else. Because I highly doubt a man would stay with a woman that would do that to him. Like, you got to be King Simp, final form Simp to stay in that situation.
Yeah, Simp Solomon. Simp Solomon.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah. So I don't see the big deal here. Personally, some men see kids as a bill. I mean, that's just what time it is. Prime example, if I buy a car tomorrow, and I think people say, you're comparing a baby to a car. I don't give a shit, people. This is what I'm doing. You watching me. I say this all the time. You watching me, so I don't care. If I buy a car, I know it's going to cost $50K. Taxes, fees, interest, or I'm going to pay $50K outright in cash, right? So they give you the option at the dealership. You want to pay over time, or you want to pay cash outright. And your interest, there's no interest if you pay all your cash up front. But if you pick the $50K car and you pay it over 5 years, we're going to charge you anywhere from 0.5 to 20% interest, depending on your credit score. yeah, I think you should. They should just, when you have to go to child support court, I think they should just say, here's the lifetime of, here's the max that your student loans, because it's basically the same thing. Your child support, because it's the government. Everything with the government is the same to me. Here's the max of your government child support, which is probation, people, in case you didn't know. They put you on probation. You don't pay, you go to jail, because that's really in the best interest of the child to have the father or mother thrown in jail because they didn't pay. I don't understand that, because how am I going to pay if you just took away my livelihood by putting me in prison? Like, what lesson are you teaching me here? I don't understand that. Where I'm going is, if they just told people how much it could be, or you could possibly owe based off your income today, and what your income could be in 18 years with 2 to 3% pay increases over the time, you're going to have to pay $250,000. I know a shit ton of men that if they knew they just need to come up with $250K and they never had to deal with this woman again, do you know how many men would run and take loans out for $250K and just pay their child support off tomorrow? A shit ton of them.
Oh man.
Am I lying, Steve? Everybody don't want to be a father. It's not for everybody. Steve, me and you are fathers. But in every situation does not deem a father being in a child's life. And a woman making a decision where they know the possibility is 50-50, some cases is 80-20, that the man is not going to want to be in your life or the child's life. So therefore, the man should be afforded the opportunity to say, hey, I want to give up my rights. I don't want to see the kid. They got sole custody. Let me pay that money. Let me be done with this. Let me not get the stigma as being a deadbeat, because I paid you that bread. And at the end of the day, you thought you was going to get me, but you got a check. Or you thought you was going to get a bigger check and you got a baby check. Because at the end of the day, I don't care what anyone says. These women who run to the court system, they're just looking for money for themselves. Because guess what? I have children. Yes, children can be expensive, but they ain't as expensive as y'all women be making them out to be. If you was a fucking bitch living in a shack down by the river and you didn't have shit, and you run across a man who got a house on the hill, there's no reason that you should be getting house on the hill money with shack down by the river pussy. Sorry. Because you're gonna make a shack down by the river baby. You don't deserve that house on the hill money, ma. I'm sorry. Call me what you want. But at the end of the day, you're shack down by the river pussy and you're shack down by the river child don't deserve maximum dollars. Like, there should be a flat rate going for kids. I'm sorry. Like, it is what it is.
I think this dude might have started a new trend, yo. I think he might have started a new trend. I'm talking about Anthony Edwards. I think dude's just talking about start paying out. I mean, because Anthony Edwards is paying out what 1 point whatever million, right? So if you ain't got that bread, you probably gonna have to pay out what, depending on your income and all this other stuff.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Get that. If you could get a loan, you know how much money you can make. For real, we might have a business idea. You know how much money we can get if we figure out a way to monetize and give child support loans to dudes so they could pull an Anthony Edwards, and you don't pay us. Yeah, you're not going to go to jail, but you might go missing. That's all I got to say about that. So ain't nobody going to see that ass again.
Oh my God.
And she got her money, and now you dead. I'm sorry, unalive. Disappeared. I'm over here threatening people from my new bank. They ain't investing.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, that sounds like a loan shark, bro. But
hey man, what is the IRS but extortionist? You ain't never met them people a day in your life. They take money straight out your pocket. Let's call spades at this point.
That's scary though.
Yeah,
you're right. They're the biggest criminals.
Biggest game.
They are. So fellas, a couple of things.
Money think he funny. Go on.
years old. 38 years old. Yeah, I just put it together, dog. I ain't even didn't think it. Just put it together, dog. My bad. 38 years old. The woman's 38 years old. This man's 23. I didn't see anything in comments of anybody saying, "Oh, she's grooming him." The frontal lobe of his is not developed yet. All the things they say for ladies when they're younger with older men. Grooming and frontal lobe development. I don't see none of that now.
Nope.
What I see is, oh, he should have protected himself. He should have protected himself. Well, let me ask you this, ladies. Let me ask you one thing. When is it your responsibility to take care of your bodies?
Never.
When is it the responsibility to take care of your kitty cat? Why don't you put on a female condom? You ain't never bought one. You don't even know where to get one.
Them shits is weird, but go on. They weird.
Yeah.
Women don't like them.
They don't like them. They didn't put them up. I don't care what they don't like. You got to protect your body. You got to protect your body. Why don't they put on female condom?
Because it's double. We live in double standard society. They got IUDs. They got all types of birth control. You know, I'm going to just say it like this. Besides a vasectomy, they came out with a pill that would limit your sperm motility, bust off in a girl, and the sperm just is like, just like you, just falls over as soon as it gets inside. Don't swim toward the egg. Just fall out. If they had that pill that men could take, they wouldn't be able to keep them in stock. My point is, this older woman prayed. This older woman prayed on this young man, and they're not keeping her accountable. They're not putting anything accountable. They don't take responsibility for their bodies and every measure to it. No.
And at the end of the day, let's be honest. She wanted that baby with that man, like a lot of people want babies with certain men.
It's true. I wonder if a little baby gonna come back now and be on some old, you know what? I want to pay you the rest of the money up front because she got baby with little baby. He got money too.
But let's talk about this. What's even funnier about this? Anthony Edwards is really smart because whoever's talking to him is real smart. Could be his lawyers, could be his people that's doing taxes, whatever. But he hasn't hit his supermax money yet.
He sure hasn't.
His supermax is coming up soon, where it's $300-400 million. He ain't there yet, so he can get rid of this right now.
Yeah.
Before that goes up, and then they talk about inflation, or because she's now trying to go to the court to she's not working, trying to get more money, desperate.
You working money? You working that mouth and that pussy. That's what you working, Mom.
How old? But this is what you're seeing now.
Because little baby ain't young. He ain't 38 neither.
Just like the Drea Michelles, Drea Michelle with the Houston basketball player.
Little baby. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. He be talking that shit though.
Yeah, he be rhyming sometimes. But damn.
Think about it. So think about it, Zal. This woman, Drea Michelle, all these women are praying after these younger guys because they know they're young, dumb, and full of you know what.
Exactly. And no matter what people say, like people don't understand this. Like not every ball player is out here knocking down everything. Some of these dudes be smart cats, and they be in the books, and they just nice at ball like that, and they get out here in real life, and these chicks is preying on them.
Say what you want about Kevin Durant, but Kevin Durant ain't.
No kids.
He don't mess with no women, no nothing like that. You don't know his house, don't know his car, don't know nothing like that. All he do is play basketball. Talk about him all you want, but he's sitting there playing basketball. You see him out there at Team USA dinners. His mama was there. Look at the documentary that Team USA knew.
Yeah,
his mama was there. That's it.
Just like my man Jaden Daniels, the quarterback from the Washington Redskins. I mean, what's her name? Juju Smith. What's the
Amanda.
girl? The girl that was smiling in his face from USC.
I heard they were the cousins.
guard.
Somebody said they're cousins.
Why the mama came back looking so mad if they cousins?
Her mama was like caught in between. It's like, nah,
Yeah, if they was
nah.
cousins, that's not the vibe. Like,
But they
she was
cousins.
sitting on the edge.
I heard they were cousins through the mom. But you know, it still gave those vibes.
The point I'm making is Jaden Daniels' mama out here making sure he don't get caught with one of these women. Lamar Jackson's mama out here making sure you don't hear nothing about him neither.
And
these crazy women.
And these are the women that are mad at the mama. So well, they're going to be a problem later. You're not going to understand until your stink ass, stink ass get a son, until your stink kitty cat get a son. Then you gonna change all your stuff because you know you was dusty, and you gonna be like you gonna try to protect him from the dust.
Yeah.
See, and that's the problem.
People forget how dusty they are. That's the problem. People don't want to act like they don't remember their past. People don't act like they know who they are. I hate that. Like, shit, I know who I am, but a lot of people like to hide from their past and try to act like they wasn't moving a certain way.
They weren't super dusty.
Yeah,
super dusty.
Your legs wasn't in the air for half the football team. Like, stop it. We know it was.
Getting touched down on.
Yeah.
First down, second down, third, fourth down. Hut.
We know it. We know a ton of wives who done got trains ran on them.
Viciously.
Yes, brutal.
Football teams tagging them up.
Yeah.
Running through them.
Whole cliques of cats running through chicks.
B team, G League, all that. Man. Even the busters, the equipment team managers.
Word, towel boy. All of that.
Was getting in there too. Viciously.
Yep. And now you want $20 million for your dusty ass down by the river pussy. Stop it. Stop it. You was letting everybody bust it open. And now you got this little funny looking kid and you think somebody's supposed to pay for it. Get the fuck on. Take your money and remove.
My point is about this is that y'all just keep the same energy that you keep when you have older men with the younger ladies and you try to do this to Marcus Houston. He's doing this, he's a predator, he's this and the other. But now you have no energy for these ladies now.
Woody Allen adopted a chick from Korea or something like that, or wherever the girl was from, and he raised her until she was 18, left his wife and married the bitch.
And don't got nothing to say.
And no energy for it.
And this is what I'm trying to say. He'll
be at the Knicks game with his wife daughter.
And this is why we can't take it is what it is. We can't take these people serious. Is this what I'm talking about? It's like there's no frontal lobe development. None of these arguments that they bring up.
But wasn't Houston with that chick when she was like 14 or something like that? Something crazy?
Houston who?
Marcus.
No. She was 18, and then people are like, no, well, he knew her before that. No, stop. I want the same damn energy. Oh, he's 23. Don't y'all say the frontal lobe ain't developed until see, I know all the lady tricks, man. I know all the stuff. Listen, you can't hide your hand here and then show your ass over here. You can't do that. Like, let's just keep the same energy and settle down.
Mm-hmm.
And just settle down, protect yourselves. Take more honest on yourself. And you know what? I want to see one of y'all go get female condom. I want you once in your life purchase that. That's the last thing you're thinking about purchasing.
I never even seen them sold in the stores.
That's my point.
Straight up. You think about it.
This is my point.
Not that I peruse that aisle at this point in my life, but I sit back and I think
they got Amazon, dog.
Yeah, you're right.
They got Amazon.
How did it even work? Like, what? How does that work?
Steve, this is my problem, Steve. Steve, they would ask the same question.
Oh, you take it and you stick it in.
See,
side,
ladies,
and it lay out on the outside of the pussy, and then you're supposed to go in. No, so only reason I know is because in college, they gave me one to try because I was a regular at the spot, me and the girl I was dating, and they was like, oh, you should try these. We just got these in. And they gave me one. I was like, oh, let's try it. And I had to follow the instructions and trying to put it in. And she's like, I don't like the way this feels. And I was like, this is how I feel. I said,
oh, really?
yeah. So this is how I feel. I was like, I don't understand.
Bars. This is how I feel.
Well,
Yep.
this is how you. Oh,
Yep. So yeah, it got thrown away.
ladies, see, this is what I'm trying to say, y'all. Y'all not fooling nobody, man.
Oh yeah,
Y'all not fooling nobody, man. Cut it out. Cut it out. Let's see y'all we gonna get y'all 2025. We gonna get y'all female condoms. Y'all gonna start using them. We gonna see the energy right now. God, I love America. And I love that y'all want to be independent. And I love the fact that you want everything equal with us. I'm cool with it. So you gonna protect yourself just like that.
Oh, I know. Here we go. This is even better. Fellas, show up to the date with a female condom. You got a condom? I sure do. And pull out that frisbee. Pull out that baby frisbee. And see how much pussy you get. See how much pussy you get pulling out the baby frisbee. Sticking it all up in there and stuff. I don't like how that feels. Well, that's all I got. Dick or not, because all I got is a female condom. Think
about that.
We raw dogging it or we using the female condom. These are your only options, or I'm going home.
Talk about that.
What's happening?
Oh my god, yeah.
Think about that. First of all, they don't want you to pull out no protection anyway in the first place. They didn't really think about that.
Cream pie.
But that's another story.
Oh my god. All right.
Take us home, Steve. Take us home.
Yo, thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode of Everybody Has a Mic. Episode 14, actually. 14 episodes deep. That being said, your boy JT Malone, my man Mo M-O-N-E-Y, it's your boy Stevie B. I just want to say, take care of yourselves, people. More than anything. Health is wealth. Take care of yourself. Figure it out. Figure out what you need to do and how you need to do it in order for you to be moving years and years from now. You know what I'm saying? So more importantly, art is life. Continue to create. And in the immortal words of my brother, Alex Jiggy Williams, please be safe until the next time. Peace.
Peace out, everybody.